What is up with it, chocolatiers? Got another video for you guys today. Before I get into it, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. So this weekend, a lot of movies came out. I watched Hitman on Netflix. I watched Bad Boys, Ride or Die. I always want to say For Life with that movie. And I watched The Watchers. Now, this is what this review is. The Watchers I saved for last on my reviews, mainly because I feel like there's a lot to talk about with The Watchers, unlike the other movies. You know, Bad Boys, you know, run-of-the-mill Bad Boys movie, you've seen them, you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. You know, like, it's still really good though. And something like Hitman, you know, rom-com, you know, you've seen Anyone But You, stuff like that. You know, you kind of know what you're expecting, except towards the third act where it kind of gets a little crazy. But with this film, I was pleasantly surprised, for sure. This was definitely the golden goose of the movies I saw this weekend. I saw it first, ironically, at like 11 a.m. at my local AMC, and I was supposed to watch it Thursday. I pushed it off, and I was like, I'll wait because I'm going to Bad Boys. Don't make sense to make two trips, right? And I saw reviews going into it that morning, and I always think that you should judge everything with your own eyes, okay? Kind of like just like with video games, something like that. I think that a video game, book, movie, whatever it is, I think you should take feedback into account for sure. But kind of like me, I'm doing a review. But if you, for example, if I said I hated or loved this movie, I think you should still go watch it no matter what I say about this movie. So that way you can form your own opinion, because some of my favorite movies of all time are movies that people fucking hate, okay? Critics are shitting on it. If I told anybody in public, they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that's just, I love certain movies. It's just how people are. Different opinions, whatever. And so, The Watchers, I was looking at my phone before it started, and I was like, not really great reviews. I was like, that's kind of weird. But then, I know M. Night Shyamalan's producing it and stuff like that. Then I started sitting there thinking, I was like, well, most of his movies that do have bad reviews, I don't hate, And I know it's not his movie. I believe his daughter made it. She wrote and directed it, but he just produced it. Which is why his name's all over it, because he's clearly the bigger one. And I was like, okay. I was like, it's going to give us a shot. So, The Watcher stars Dakota Johnson. Fuck, not Madam Web. Fuck that. Stars Dakota Fanning. She's back. Finally playing another film. I believe she was in Equalizer 3 was the last time we saw her. And yeah. Overall, decent film. She basically is dealing with grief and loss. And she's trying to not necessarily overcome it, but it reminds me of like a Silent Hill situation where, she's driving, she's trying to do something, but she ends up running across something. And here at this place that she runs across, if you've seen the trailers, basically at nighttime, these creatures come out to watch them in this big gigantic house with like a glass mirror, and they come to watch them. It's really spooky, creepy, and during the day they can go out, and I'm assuming because, the sunlight hurts the creatures, whatever. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was right on that, by the way. But yeah, this movie's great. Like, go see it. It's pretty good. If you like thriller, if you like horror, if you like, weird folklore, like creature type stuff, like a creature film, you'll like this film. The only problem I really have with it before I get into more of a deep dive, it kind of has like that thing where like a lot of horror movies with creatures, I don't know if it's like budget thing or whatever like that, they really don't show them, and if they do, they're at like a distance. There's a scene where they actually, show you more of like, okay, this is what they look like, and they look fucking terrifying. I'm not even lying. Like, dude, it's like, they look scary. And I'm not saying like I want like a close-up, like, ooh, let me zoom in for like 5 minutes in this movie to go look or whatever. But I just always hate we're hiding in the shadows, or this and that. Like, I would like to see more. But outside of that, that's just my black nosy ass, okay? That's just, it is what it is. I'm gonna be nosy. I want to know what they fucking look like, okay? But outside of that, that does not stop anything with this movie. The powerful messaging, like I said, with grief and loss, which I know this is based on a book, so it's not like somebody just wrote it, whatever, for this movie. I was like, damn, this one. I know it's based on a book, and I've read a bunch of stuff about the book. Pretty much to the point where I kind of knew where it was going years ago when they announced it. But even with that, I pretty much forgot most of that. I just knew what the creatures were. And so I was excited to see how they portrayed them on screen. I thought that was great. Like I said, wish I could have saw more of them in the shadows, whatever. But it's the single characters that I really liked. Like there's an old lady, there's a girl that's in the place with them, and there's a guy. And all of them have their different personalities. They don't have like these big standoffish moments and stuff where like, stuff happens. Like for example, there's one scene where a character does the stupidest shit ever and you're mad at them, but then you kind of understand why they're like that. Okay. It definitely has that Shyamalan type twist, which I really enjoyed. The twist is good in this one for me at least. I don't know. Like, I don't know what else to say about this movie. I'm more just trying to sell you on it because I haven't seen anybody talking about it. My theater, like, I was the only person in that bitch. And I don't know. Like, it's like, movies have to, like, pretty much go beyond, above and beyond to, like, get people to go. And that's why, like, when I watch Bad Boys, I'm like, oh, man, I'm glad it's doing good. But, like, this is the fourth one in the franchise, And The Watchers isn't going to be a franchise, or at least I don't think it will. Because there's only one book. And so I would like this to at least make a little bit of money, especially considering that movies like Tarot and Imaginary this year made money, okay? If you're going to go support them, go support this movie. This movie's PG-13. And part of me kind of went in with that going, because PG-13 horror, as you know, like Tarot, actually is Tarot PG? Yeah, Tarot's PG-13. Yeah, that's why it's so fucking awful. That's one of the reasons. But I'm just saying, PG-13 horror is usually not that good. And with this movie, like I said, it's more about the characters. It's kind of like a Walking Dead situation where it's like, we are the Walking Dead. It's more about that life struggle, what's going on. I love the backstory. Dakota Fanning's, I keep wanting to call her Johnson Jesus. Dakota Fanning's character arc is just, like, I really love where they go with that. And that's pretty much all I want to say. This world that they created, I really love. I love this like limbo-esque, world of being in the woods. My black ass, I don't go outside, okay? I don't go outside, right? When I go outside, it's to go somewhere. Fuck a picnic, fuck camping, eat up by mosquitoes, bugs, hell. So I already know I've been shitting myself out there in the fucking woods. No, sir. But yeah, with that, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.